Hi, Dale LaBrocta here, and what I'm going to teach you how to do today is to make the perfect graduation tassel. Now, it's graduation season. There's a lot of people making these graduation designs, and I see they're leaving off the tassels, or what I'm seeing is what I used to make was this. The graduation tassel, which really is yucky compared to this. Now, this tassel should remind you of a real graduation tassel. This is what a graduation tassel is. Notice how it's got this ribbing. I'm actually reproducing the ribbing right here, covering it up the knot, and it's real simple to do. It's easy, in fact. So let's take this, get rid of it, and learn how to make this. So if you're new to the channel, my name's Dale LaBrocta. Do me a favor, click the subscribe button. That'll give you access to other videos every time I come out. I typically do these videos live. This video is actually a reproduction of a video that I did Friday due to the fact that we had some audio issues. I'm reshooting it so you could have crisp, clear audio if I could speak properly. Get my tongue out of the way. All right, this is simple. What we're going to do is take 4 balloons. These are 4 white balloons. I'm going to fold it in half. And this is how I wound up making, where'd my original mess go to? I threw it away. I would tie a balloon in here, and this is where you would get this really weird looking pom-pom. It wasn't a tassel, it was more of a pom-pom. And that's actually how you make a pom-pom. How I make mine is you could take roughly 4 to 8 balloons, multiple colors if you want. Fold it in half. Now, starting at the non-nozzle end, we're going to tie a knot. And you're going to say, well, Dale, this is the same thing that I normally make, just longer. I'm going to put 2 knots in here. And you're going to see this is the tassel that a lot of people make. But again, notice the gap here. And you can try adding, I've screwed around. This is what we want to create, is this right here, this tassel. This is the tassel. So what we're going to do is take it to the next step. Now, this is where this comes in. And extra little nozzles. These little nozzles are the same nozzles that we cut off here. So if you want, you could cut these nozzles off. I have some nozzles here that I'm just going to trim. That's all I have of these little rings. And what we're going to do is, yes, pull out the bowl castrator. Yes. We're going to slide that over. And if you start putting more of these little rings on, it gets harder to open. It also gets harder to manipulate. I find 3 seems to be comfortable amount. You could try putting more on, but it's just harder to remove. Sometimes it's easier to go 1 by 1. If you're first starting out, 1 by 1 is probably the best way to go. Now, I'm going to find my long one here, open this up, slide that through, and I'm going to clamp down and very carefully make sure all my balloons are pulled through. No one ain't bunched up there. Then I'm just going to roll these off. This is my balloon untied here. There we go. Let me tie. Make sure I have a nice knot there. Now what I'm going to do is pull back a little and then roll these off. Pull back a little, roll that off. The reason why I pull back is if I don't, I'm going to have the nozzles rolled over each other. And as I do this, straighten this out, I'm creating this nice little ribbing that hold these together. And because they're looped over, it's the same thing that's done here. These tassel strings just come up, wrap down, and go down. This is the same thing. Now, to cover up this knot, this is where I'll take a longer piece and it's going to go on, and this is going to then cover up the knot end. I think this one will be long enough. I'm going to put again I have to stop here and get this closer so it's easier for me to work. So I slide that on, and I'm going to want to make sure it slides all the way down to a point. I can open it up. Now, again, the nozzle's down. I'm going to go. And this one's a little trickier. Whoop. Went too far. Let's try that again. Make sure you don't get your finger caught in there. That hurts. Now I'm going to pull this off in a manner that the nozzle comes off. Back this up a little. But I don't want to roll it. I want to make sure that I pull. I'm stuffing a balloon. I gotta be careful because it's easy to tear the balloon at this point. There we go. Now, as you can see, I have to work this up. I'm just going to take and slowly start tugging on it. And as I tug it, I'll work these nozzles back up. As you get the idea, I'm going to start pulling that up. So I get back to my model here, where it's nice and clean, the knot's hidden. Puff of air fills that up. And as you can tell, we have our graduation nozzles. Now you could use gold, you could use silver, you could use whatever colors you want for your ring. Then what I do, make sure everything is even. I take these and then cut over my table here so I don't have balloon scraps all over. I have this nice, clean tassel. So that's how you make a graduation tassel. Nice and professional looking. And the nice part is, because this is looped, you can adjust this to get them to hang perfectly down. So don't go creating those little powder puff balls. Remove those powder puff balls. Here is a clean, professional tassel that you could put on your graduation design that'll make it look professional. And yes, if you're doing a smaller design, you could cut it smaller. You could use 1/60s if you want to do a group of them to get more of this technique. You could use 1/60s. I'm using 2/60s. 3/50s if you're doing a big one, but I would suggest when I do the large sculptures with 3/50s, I still fall back to here. If I'm doing a 2/60 design, I may go to the 1/60. But again, if you want to have a lot of different colors or multicolors, go with the 1/60s. It's easier to work with. These bands will work fine, 250. So again, my name is Dale LaBrocta. Do me a favor. I stream every Friday. Do maybe click on subscribe. Become part of my tribe. Follow me. Leave me a comment if this has helped you. My name is Dale LaBrocta. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye. Do me a favor. Subscribe to this channel right now. Better yet, find the bell, click on the bell, and be notified with all the new videos. Or if you're an Instagram junkie, make sure you follow me on Instagram.